Job versus Abraham. Whose faith to you guys will be harder to have? We're doing a little versus battle. We're going to go over their top 3 moments. And you guys let me know. Whose faith, whose trust was stronger in God to you guys? The first thing that pops to my mind is Job. In chapter 1, it talks about how him losing everything, his kids, his wealth, everything, his health, all that stuff. But yet he says, the Lord gives and the Lord takes. Blessed be the Lord. That's real trust right there. Now we got Abraham. Abraham, he left everything. He left his family, he left his land, everything familiar to him, just because God said go, and he went. Then we have back to Job again. Job, not only did he lose everything, but also his friends were going against him. Friends were like, yo, you gotta stop believing in this God thing. God obviously isn't on your side. Look at your life. And bro is like, even though this is happening to me, I will still trust in him. That's faith right there. Now back to Abraham. God promised him a son, and he had to wait 25 years after the promise for that to hold true. 25 years, that's a long time. Tough for me to wait a month on my prayers. I'm like, Lord, let it happen now. Before we get to the third point for both Job and Abraham, leave a like. Let me know whose faith will be harder in the comments for you. I think the third strongest thing that makes him stand out is he had no idea why this happened. And God didn't even tell him why it happened. But yet, he accepted it and still put his trust in the Lord. The third one from Abraham is tough. The fact that when the promise came true, he finally gets his son. The Lord tells him to sacrifice his son. He said his son would come back, but he told him to sacrifice his son. Those are the top 3. For me, I don't want to say because it's so controversial. I'm putting anything against Abraham or anything against Job. But if I'm being honest with you, there were so many promises that God gave to Abraham, and yet Job did it and didn't understand any of it. I'm going to take Job. You let me know, though. I totally understand if you pick Abraham, but let me know. Let me know.